Today's question is our topic. So AMC Theaters has released saying that they are now going to charge more money for mid-row seating than front and back row seating. Is this a smart move by AMC?
Prime
Do you
seating,
think
right?
you think this will help
You pay
them?
more for better seats.
Isn't that what it, yeah, the concept
So if
is?
you're on the edge, you pay less than if you're in the middle.
Same thing with airlines. There's prime seating,
Mm-hmm.
so wouldn't it be?
More
better?
like-
Yeah, but they haven't
more
really
money for the point.
they haven't
What's the?
they haven't said if they're going to actually
What's the downside?
if they're going to keep the prices and just raise
Yeah.
the prices of the
Or is
the-
some going to be cheaper?
or are they just going to be the same but the other ones are going to be cheaper. They haven't really said.
I feel like they're probably just going to raise the prices. I can't imagine that they
Like
would.
an upcharge.
Yeah,
for
like
the
an
big seats.
upcharge. I can't imagine that.
Yeah, I would need to know what the.
Yeah, I just don't think. I think for a company that almost went bankrupt a couple years ago, I think they just need to be happy
Why did they almost go bankrupt? Was that 2020 stuff or?
that people just weren't going to them,
Remember
weren't
that
going. Like,
whole GameStop shorting AMC stuff, where a bunch of Reddit kids
Mhm.
just bought these
Yep,
companies back,
but-
pretty much.
even before the pandemic, with the rise of on-demand and digital sales and stuff like that, people going to the theaters has not been like what it used to be because now people have options. I think movie theaters need to realize that they don't have an advantage anymore like they used to. I think they just need to be happy that people are going to the movies because I think this just gives people another excuse to stay home. That's
Well,
my personal opinion.
I look at the business model with a lot of these things and think I think it almost costs the same to have like 3 or 50 people inside of a theater, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So you probably not just want to maximize revenue, but also well, that's of course the goal.
Yeah.
But if you can get more people in there and the likelihood of buying concessions,
I was gonna say that was my thought because
I
it's
think-
not really about
Mhm.
this ticket, right?
I
Is
used
it
to work
saying-
at a couple movie theaters, and this was like 20 years ago. Could be different now, but back then they
Mhm.
said that like the studio takes about 90% of the admission prices, and,
Okay.
and that's why most places make all their money on concessions, which is why they're so sky high.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It could be different now, and that
Yeah.
I never verified that, but I was told that by the management.
I imagine that it's probably still the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if they lower prices,
Mhm.
then they might not get all the
I mean, I think it all depends on the price difference. Like, if the prime seat is like
Hmm.
$2-3 more,
Right.
even $5 more a ticket, is a person that wants to go to a movie and sit in the prime seating, are they being like, tickets are $3 more now? Are they?
Yeah.
They're
Are they
really
gonna-
expensive?
and they'll probably
I
Yeah.
feel like-
See, that's the thing.
Are they going
though.
to be like, am I not going to pay the extra $3 so I just
See, that-
don't see the movie?
Yeah.
I think people are still going to do
True.
it.
I think
Depends on the
true,
price,
true movers
but-
go, but like there's a huge difference. Like, okay, like, oh, I'm gonna go spend $5 to go see a movie versus like 10. That changes it. And then every time you go up a little bit, like, because I remember like on a regular Friday, Saturday night, it used to be like $12 to go and do a movie, and then they upped it to like 16 or 17.
Still
That's-
5 if you want it to be.
That's yeah, if you know when to go.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say,
I know she's
I mean,
Yeah.
people complaining about the seat price or something.
And that's why
For the
that's
other
why I
deals
like to
and
go
figure
on
it
the
out.
weekends before 11 a.m. because they are usually about $5 or $6 or whatever. Because that is like you're talking like 17, and then if they're going to raise it up, then you're talking about
expensive
over
to go.
$20, and usually it's more than just one person, and then you got all the snacks and stuff. Like
Well, it depends on what screen you're watching too. There's
yeah.
like there's an upcharge of the ultra screen,
Yeah.
and
It's ridiculous. I feel like they just need to be happy that people are going because I don't think I'm great now. I love the movie theaters. I don't think there's anything better. There's no better movie experience than going to the theaters. However, though, they are not the only way to watch a movie nowadays. You can watch. People have really good TVs. They have good sound systems. They will never match up to movie theater quality. I get that. But there's also something about staying at home in your comfort zone, not leaving. And now it used to take like 6 months for a movie between theaters and then being released on DVD. Now they're on demand in like weeks. You're not waiting that much longer. So I just don't think they have the advantage like they used to.
No,
I don't think
not
they
at all.
have in a long time.
I just don't. I just think they're now. Thankfully, Marcus is not doing this, and that's my movie theater of choice anyway. So I don't ever go to AMC.
Do we have AMC's around here?
Edwardsville.
Edwardsville.
I think
Okay.
they will.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised. And I think if you look at a lot of things that are event type things,
Mm-hmm.
which I would say like concerts, stuff on a stage, like a movie, that type of environment,
You pay
pretty much everywhere else you pay for
Yeah,
better seats.
Better
Yeah.
seats.
It
Yeah.
seems kind of like if you go to a concert, you don't expect to pay the same in the back as you do in the front row.
Yeah.
And you don't expect, like, the edges cost less and all that. It's kind of, but then the people on the flip side of it are saying, I read some stuff talking about it, how just one more way to, like, class society. Like, now you can't just show up early to get a good seat. It's like, you can't even get a good seat.
Yeah. I don't know, and maybe that's just what I'm used to. I've always used. You want a good seat, you show up early for it.
Although
You,
I think
you earn it
I
that
think
way.
the market will
Yeah.
speak.
Mm-hmm.
I doubt they're going to do it if it doesn't make enough money. I'm sure they'll go back if it doesn't work.
Yeah.
I bet it will.
And then also,
I think it
Is-
will.
Yeah.
I can't imagine people being like that crazy upset.
People will
So,
open
like-
up the app, go to pay for it, and be like,
Oh, it
"Oh,
costs
it's
more.
$5 more.
$12.50 versus 11."
And then
Like,
complain
oh,
about it, but then still buy it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
It's like
Yeah.
me, I don't go to near as many movies as you guys do, but when I
Mhm.
do, it's normally like a bigger movie, and
Mhm.
it is like a thing. Like my kid and I'll go on a
yeah.
Saturday or Sunday and watch it. I'm okay with spending the $30 to go see it. I mean, that's just
Mm.
something
Just
to do.
entertainment.
Like if I go,
Yeah.
I go out to eat with her, I'm spending 30,
Yeah.
$40 too.
But how much are you willing to spend? Like, what's your cap? Because
That's what
that's
AMC
I don't
trying
know
to
if
find
I-
out.
because that's what they're
Yeah.
trying. Yeah, they're trying. Like, what's your? And then if you say, "Oh, I'll spend $50 to go see a movie," I don't care. Guess what? They're going to start charging everybody $50.
I don't think they do anything like.
no.
You know, it's just a matter of time. I mean, they try to, like you said, they try to squeeze out every penny they can get.
Yeah.
Isn't that what
Like, I just don't.
consumership is always?
Yeah.
As long as they're, if someone's going to be willing to pay it.
Hmm.
If the market will support it.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know.
I personally don't think it's that bad of an idea. As long as they're not crazy with it.
Yeah, I don't
Mhm.
imagine they'll be like $5 for the middle seats. Like that'd be.
Yeah, and like I said, they have not stated whether or not it's going to go. I imagine it's not going to be friendly for the customers. It's probably going to be like more expensive. But they could go the other way, where it's just the same price, but the worse seats are less. Then okay,
I don't
that
think
might
that's
work.
gonna happen.
But that might work. But I don't know. I just feel like they just need to be very, very careful, because people have options now. It wasn't that way about 15 years ago.
And I don't think
Sure,
theaters,
let me put you on hold.
I think they have,
Hold
like
on,
a
hold on
choice
second. Let me
in
switch
their
computers, okay?
setup,
Mm-hmm.
but I think they know it comes with consequences. Like
Yeah.
if you do this and then like say you drop your seats real cheap, then suddenly some studio is not going to put their movies there anymore.
Yeah.
So it's like you can choose it, but just thinking about like let's make it real cheap to fill the seats, and then studios might say, we'll just put it straight to streaming now. So it's a
Yeah.
game of leverage and
hmm
who can squeeze. Of course, the squeeze all of us as dry as they can,
Yeah.
but
It's a good business, man.
Yeah. It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see how it works out. Because I mean, if they lose some people, but they're still covering that because of the price increase, then it makes sense. But we'll see how many of those people return. How often do they return back to the
it's
movies?
strange. It hasn't seemed. This is an old person thing, but I remember you used to go on like a Friday or Saturday night.
Mhm.
Like it was really crowded. 'Cause I worked at a theater for a long time. There was like 20 people in the concession stand line to get up to the front. We were there on Friday night. We walked up to the counter, sat down. Like I don't know if that was just this one slice of a random
What movie
example.
did you see?
It depends.
I guess depending on what's out and popular at
Yeah.
the time, it was Puss in Boots.
I heard that
live
movie's amazing.
It was pretty
Yeah.
good, but just like
I'm not
but-
kidding.
no,
I
but
heard
like
that
when
movie's great.
But when I worked at a theater, I remember every Friday and Saturday night was
Mm.
packed. It wasn't like, there's a good movie out.
Hmm.
And this was when you guys were like 5. I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
Remember going
It
to
was
see
always crowded on a weekend night.
Yeah.
I feel like it's
Yeah.
never crowded when we go now.
Because
There's fewer seats that all cost more.
yeah.
They removed seats and they made it like bigger, more comfortable seats and pick your seat, which is really nice.
Yeah.
But-
Oh, when you
Dude.
just do it on the app.
Show up right when it starts. You don't have to get there early for anything.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a big fan of how it is now, because there used to be that anxiety of having to get there quick so you get a good seat,
Mm-hmm.
because getting stuck on the side when those side seats are really up close.
Yeah.
When you turn the corner and there's 100 people staring at you, and you're like, oh.
Yeah, I don't feel like that anymore.
Where's the seat?
Yeah.
at?
You know where you're gonna be.
I like the seat stuff now.
Yeah, it is a lot more. But anyway, I like Marcus. I haven't been to an AMC in I don't know how long, but I think Marcus is doing it right. Hopefully,
All right, so I vote. I guess I think it's fine. I think it'll work.
Yeah.
I
I'm not
think
surprised.
it's fine too.
It'll. Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I just don't think it's going to work out for AMC. I feel like this gives Marcus an advantage. As long as Marcus doesn't change, I feel like it gives more people either choose Marcus or stay home.
But AMC is a much bigger chain, though.
Yeah, we'll see. Those are my thoughts. All right, well, there we have it.